Well, my name is Ivan. Well, the last 10 years, in my problems with the bone system, I encounter the books translated in my own language of Dr. Filonov. I had severe problems with my health ever since I was a kid. On 14 years of age, I had a bad operation on my hip. Terrible inflammation. They wanted to chop my right leg up to the joint. My parents were crazy. By some coincidence, they find way, but ever since I've been crippled, registered disabled. I cannot tie the strings of my right shoe because I have restricted movement of my joint. And because of that, all the effect of the crest, where all the nerves and things goes, and start affecting other parts of the body. And I experience inflammation, arthritic type of inflammation. I've been registered with arthritis as well in one shoulder. Maybe now I'll be registered with a osteopolyarthritis anyway. But the thing is, I used to practice water fasting. But the water fasting is somehow a long period of time it's needed to start working, especially on inflammation. So for me, the inflammation was a life problem. So 12 years ago, I developed very bad problem with my prostate glands, besides of my bone problems. And at that time, I did 36-day water fast and I couldn't get through with my prostate. So I've got catheter. And then I was such desperation. I did 36 days water fast and I didn't get through. And I was suicidal. I was thinking that I'm gonna die. I wanted to die. I was looking for a way to stop my life because with the catheter. And the doctors every time I was so rude, inserted it, and it was painful. And every time antibiotics, I've never taken pills in my life. All the time looking for alternative solutions. Anyway, then I was in a clinic in India for 2 months. They get me back to the life, so to speak, to the wish to live. Meanwhile, they say that some doctors here in Bulgaria, after checks, that I have a tumor in the bladder as well. In 2014, a friend of mine told me about this book. This book. This is like my Bible. I'm an old school. Look how it's written down on the line of Dr. Filonov. At the time, he was already with 30 years practice, clinical experience. There is no other guy in the world. Now he's 40 years of clinical experience. 40 years. 40 years. Who's going to tell me? 40 years? You're watching thousands of people gazing in your life and your eyes, expecting, just to do something for them. And actually, if he was not good in what he was doing, he's great. I just wanted to come to see him here, to be with him, because very often I have made mistakes with coming out of the fast. That's the biggest problem normally. But I'll tell you, because I have a diary, and this is a summary of all my diaries. There are many diaries from 2016. How many days I'm doing dry fasts in all those different occasions. I've overcome a very bad herpes here. I get rid of my catheter. From 2019, I'm without catheter. And all sorts of inflammation, because I'm an action man. I was bitten by something, I don't know, was it insect? My hand was swelling like hell. I thought I'm gonna lose it 10 years ago. No, less than 10, maybe 6 years ago. I did one fast 8. It's reduced, but not completely. Then I had another one. And everything is written in my diaries. Everything is written. So nobody can tell me anything against the doc. Anything. Because I have my own experience. And he has these magnificent chapters in his books. He leads you from the first in this book to the 10th day, and in this book from the 1st to the 9th day. It's telling you what's going on in your body. And each one of these days is like a lecture, which is giving you insight of how the things work in your body and what experience you'll have. He said, not 100%, but 99% of people experience it. And I experienced the same. So that's why I trust him. I mean, of course, he has some additional things now he added to his experience for the benefit of his patients, because in the end of the day, it's a very serious experience, dry fasting. But with him here, I feel confident. Whatever he told me. I mean, I always, when I start eating, I was experiencing some problems with my stomach. Though my stomach is very well, but because I was overeating, eating raw food and this and that. Now, the first days so far, we're eating only cooked food and subsequently, slowly, some vegetables, some fruits. But slowly. And my tummy is perfect for the first time of all these years. They're quite number, some long of them. I've done 2-3 long ones. Actually, several long ones. And 1 9 day, and 2-3 8 days, and 7 days. So that's why I'm not afraid of fasting. I'm afraid of coming out of fasting. So that's what I wanted to share because, you see, for me, this is instrument, which I'm polishing more and more for surviving. Survival instrument. So in any occasion, whatever happens, whatever I have, I know I will fast, even if necessary to go wherever I have to go. So here we go. This is just part of what I can say about my opinion to Dr. Filonov. And he's another flattery man. He's a tough guy, responsible guy. He's a all-time man. And his team is brilliant. He's brilliant. They're working on our bodies because we're quite a number of people here with expertise and caring. And he always go around each one asking and sometimes intervening, taking part in the whole procedure. Dr. Filonov, for me, is the greatest thing I've encountered in my life, these 2 books. Now I saw him alive, in person. I'm very happy. I'm trying to reading between the lines because, after all, he already had experience with this book. Then he had experience with the other book. Of course, there's some slight discrepancy, but I cannot criticize him. I try to understand. It could be a printing mistake. Yeah. So I can try to understand, to penetrate deep and practicing, trying gently, and reading, every day reading. So I'm fasting so many times, every day reading this book first, this book, and then this is less read. But this have some additional things which are also very important in the light of some new scientific discoveries who he implemented in his practice. So some people say, oh, we have in Bulgaria a group, 5,000 people, with a very nice guy, very analytical mathematician guy on the top of the group who is analyzing everything. They are my supporting team during my first fast. But my first fast was 5 days, 2016. My first fast was 5 days, 2016. I still didn't dare to do the fasting. I went to a workshop somewhere in the mountains, and all of a sudden I got this inflammation of the tooth. I just make with the dentist a new bridge as big as that. I said, oh my God, everything's gone and it's expensive and things. I get back to my place in the mountains, and I fast for 5 days, and ever since, from 2016, my first fast, no problem with this, whatever. Foot bridge, dental bridge, or whatever you call it. And it's giving a huge courage, huge courage. And then I also read that he had some cases similar to mine by a military guy who was very disciplined, and he got rid of his catheter, but with very severe discipline and following his advice. And I say, okay, if somebody else can do it, I must do it as well. I have his instructions. So I was going, and dipping. And every time I have more and more little questions here and there, little questions, which with my coming here gave me enormous insight to certain small things, but very important. So here we are. Ivan the Good from Bulgaria.